playing 10-year-old news clips of when his clients' loved ones were found dead and saying vulgar things in the background. And John Ray thinks it might just have been Rex Heurmann, and he joins me live now. John, can you describe what was in those phone calls? What happened when you picked up the phone on these phone calls? What'd you hear?
Well, I'm not sure who it was, but a man called at about 1:30 in the morning, and he spoke very weirdly, played some very strange music, made a noise, scratching noises, and then showed a clip of a reporter reporting on Gilgo Beach back from 2012 in that time, and then spoke. Now, our daughter had gone to another state, had been in San Diego, and she had left in all blue because she was a runner, a race walker. And that's where she was going, to race walk with trainers that train in the Olympics. She's 18 years old. First time away from the house in her whole life from her parents. And the man speaking said he described a girl in blue, and he mentioned that she was in California and she was by a window, and our daughter was right by a window and climbed out the window with a cell phone in her hand. And it just completely transfixed us. 5 seconds later, he called her mother and did exactly the same thing. It was all taped. It was all very well thought out and carefully prepared. In March, I get home late at night. I work hard. I usually eat dinner around 9 o'clock. So it's an unusual time. I get home. We're in a house with a lot of windows in the dark, surrounded by forest, and up on a hill. And I'm eating. I just start to eat with my family. The same guy calls, same pattern that I just described with the playing of the Gilgo Beach. And this time he says, I hope you're enjoying your dinner. And then says, and I hope you're going to enjoy eating your pizza. With that, within 5 seconds later, the doorbell rings, and Domino's pizza delivery man was there with 3 pizzas standing there. We did not order any pizzas. So when we called the police, and we called Domino's Pizza to find out how the call came in, and they said, the Domino's man said it was a woman who called in with a man in the background speaking and acting like they were ordering, pineapples and ham on the pizza, that sort of thing. So, and they somehow convinced them to send the pizzas over without paying for them. It apparently had something to do with my telephone number that they had. So this was absolutely paralyzing, because we know for that to happen, he had to have been surveilling us through our windows. It was very scary.
But it's scaring me. Just hearing this story is frightening to me, John. After reporting it to the police, and now since the arrest of Rex Heurmann, have you had any further contact with the police to see if perhaps they've now been able to trace, because they've done a lot of work on his phones, to trace and see if any of those phone calls to you were made by him? And if not, do you think it's Rex?
I don't know if it's this fellow, but when I and her mother were at the arraignment of this man, the Tyrannosaurus Rex, this giant ogre is standing there, and DA Ray Tierney's talking about that they caught him with a pizza, and they show a pizza box. Right away, both of us thought, could that be? Could it be him? It could be. I mean, I don't know if it is or not, but it's somebody that plans this really well. It was an intelligent, ugly, horrifying thing, and he makes this screechy noise too, this weird kind of noise like that. It's a human voice making that noise. So, and it's long. The call is long. It's not 5 seconds. So somebody's thinking this up and doing it. For what reason? I have no idea, except in January, I was activating the examination of various witnesses in the case I have for Shannon Gilbert by taking their depositions. So things were moving again. And as soon as they moved, we got these calls.
Just one last question. Have you had any calls since Rex Heurmann was arrested last Thursday?
Not really. We get calls all the time where people hang up. That you can't count. But I haven't had any calls like the ones that I just described since March. We did have a
I
call where
hope
the
that as
screeching
you
took
look
place
into
here at
this,
the office.
go ahead.
Yeah, we had
Recently?
a call here, but not when, before he got arrested, of course, where that screeching voice was called here at the office, and you could hear in the background, it was like people in a bar. But my whole family was here at the time the call was made. That happened twice, and both times the whole family was here at the office. So why did that happen? I don't know, but it was similar.
John, do me a favor as you continue to investigate this. And like I said, they have his cell phone records pretty extensively by now. If you discover that those calls were indeed from Rex Heurmann in your conversations with police, hopefully this case is still, open and active on their part, please let us know. It is chilling to hear that. And I'm sorry that you and your family have had to go through it. Thank you for being on tonight and telling the story.